Okay, it's time for today's CSS Battle. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Okay. Maybe 3 elements? Maybe 3 elements. Could I do with less than 3? No, let's start with 3 elements. So, background is going to be this colour. And then we will make the first P. Height is going to be 20 to 280, so 260. Let's just make its background red. Turn on diff mode for a second. 20. That gets those two in place. And then 40, 60. 60 is too much. How about 52? Okay. And box sizing border box. I'm going to do border solid. This colour. Let's take off the diff for now. And let's also take out the background. And then we will do border width 20, 20, 20, 0. Oh, no, about 0 there, yeah. That gives us that. Now, we're going to want a second key. Let's just give this a background of red. And then let's start with a minus 260 there. That's too much. 220. Will actually do. Then makes this less high. Maybe 100. 200 is too much. How about 160? 70? About 180 maybe. Let's have a quick look at that. I think that does in fact get those legs. And then we need margin of 0. No. 60, 80. These two probably. step maybe. 102. Right, that now lines up that way. And then let's just make that 200. That should cover that. We'll get rid of this background red. Okay, that's nice. We're going to do minus 180 for the next one. Uh, 150. Let's have a quick look at that. Okay, that looks good. I don't like the fact that we've had to set border none, but we could actually fix that problem by just doing this, I think. Okay, yeah, we put all the border settings in there, because then we can get rid of this. I took off that, then I think I'd have to take off 20 from that, and probably 20 from that. Yeah. Is there anything else that we might want to mess with while we're here? I don't think so. So let's just submit it, check that we've got 100%. Then we're going to minify, unit replace, and submit again. Take out those. Take out that. Okay. Now, are there any shorter ways that I could have done this? Start with a nested template just for giggles. This background wants to be that colour. Just for now. right. Just change this not to white, but to that colour. So that still gets us that. Now, what happens? No, because then we can't just use the background. So we can't actually do that and that. Let's do background of a conic gradient. Okay, let's do make that the top right corner. Then we could do transparent 25% and the pink for the rest. And then we want that actually at 20 pixels. Then we want the distance between here, which is 40, to here, which is 280, so 240. There is a reason for doing that as well. We go 0, 20 pixels, that'll get us that. And then we set a width, which is going to be 60, 320, so 260 pixels. And that'll get us that line there. So that's nice. Now we're going to skip these two little bits here for a second, mostly because I haven't worked out how to do them yet, but we will. They're bound to be simple. I just don't know how yet. We'll do a linear gradient of transparent for however long this is. Let's call that 230 to 280, so 50. Is it the same at the top? 80 to 20 is 60. Ooh. So actually let's do 60 pixels and then this color. And then we do 0 left or down shift. We're repeating anyway, so we'll just make that one Q. $230, 80, so 150. Might have to add an extra 0. Oh, 250 pixels. No, 220. My measuring's way off today. 210. Okay, and that only leaves those two knobblies. how do we want to do those two knobblies? Maybe it's a shifted conic degree. No, because it doesn't go right down to the bottom. Let's just use a linear gradient for it. We'll specify, okay, yeah, linear gradient. Transparent for, say, what's the distance between those? 130, 270, so 140. Let's actually do this the other way around. Let's do that for 20 pixels and then transparent. This also wants to be at 90 digs. Then we want to shift it in by what, 80 pixels? Less than that, 60. 50. We want to shift it down. Let's also just do repeat X. We want to shift it down 210 pixels. So 120 pixels wide for now, no. 180, 160. Yep, that looks right. And then we only want it to be what, 30 pixels high? Well, that looks like it should work. Let's hit submit. That is 100% match. Let's get rid of that. Do a minify. Do a unit replace. It's a bit longer than the first solution. Okay. Let's go back to the first solution. Is there anything we could do to tidy this up further? I'm fairly sure that's about as short as I can ever get it. Still hot. Yeah, no, I can't think of another way of doing this off the top of my head, so we're going to leave it there. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.